feeling.
I wish you showed us dancing. Yes. And we're almost on time. We're only like 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
So that's always good. So before we get into the discussion, I always like to ask people something good that happened this week. Anything good happened this week, Carol?
Yes, I got my appointment for my surgery. I'm having a heart valve replacement.
Nice.
You got it scheduled?
Yes.
All right.
Very glad to get that done and get my energy back.
Nice.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yep.
So that longevity word there, we want to keep you.
I know. And I got to repair these things that just because of age do wear out.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because you got the extended warranty.
Yeah.
I know. I needed it. That's what I need, Dominic.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That's a good
all right.
Extended warranty.
How about you? Anything good happened this week?
Yeah, I had some good stuff happen this week. Couple of good opportunities presented themselves that I'm still working out the details on. So, and Saturday I got to just do nothing, which I haven't done in a long time.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Having a do nothing day or do whatever you want day is amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Dom, how about you?
Not really much. It's just been a long week of poor weather. You'd think at this time of the year, you'd really think that this time of the year, considering the fact that the days are getting longer and we're getting 80, I think we're about 80 or so minutes in front of the shortest day, and with next Tuesday we start spring. You'd think the weather would give us a clue.
No.
But
but it's going to start getting there.
Yeah, because I'm really wanting that those warm days where you can go outside of Bunnings and get a sausage, and that's something I've got to explain to everybody else out there.
What is it?
Well, I mean, I understand it's a store that you buy a sausage roll at, but that's about all I got.
Hello. Bunnings is like Home Depot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Home Depot used to have hot dogs.
Yeah. We have, in Australian terms, we have the snags out the front. They're sausages, not hot dogs. They're,
Oh, I'm just stating.
Meat, meat and sawdust.
Meat and sawdust. Sure.
Yeah, and they're on a grill, and they're cooked to absolutely burnt, then put on a piece of bread on a diagonal with cooked onions, and all the money goes to charity. So it's a really good way of getting people to be excited about that. But people don't really need excitement to go to Bunnings.
Is it like the American hot dog?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a sausage.
A sausage.
So more like
looks like that. Round.
Yeah.
It's like a brat.
Yeah. Not bratwurst as such, but that sort of concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So I'll be short and sweet. I got the proof back of my first children's book, and I do have to make changes and all of that. And I know I said that I was waiting for the proof and all that fun stuff, but I have it now, and I do have to make some changes, but I think that'll be ready to go in the next few weeks. So that's exciting. I like to do whimsical things in my side world. Someday I might be a, famous children's book author, and you guys will be able to say you knew me when.
Yeah.
I would love that.
You
Can I
need
get your
ideas.
autograph
I
now?
taught kindergarten, so I know the age that you're probably writing for.
But today's topic is around AI and using AI around your business and how it helps or maybe hurts or whatever your business. So I don't know who originally thought of this topic, but I'm throwing Forrest to the wolves and making him go first. So Forrest, how do you use AI maybe on a daily basis, but then like have you done anything funny or something that turned out, oh my gosh, I'm never going to use that type concept?
No, nothing like I'm never going to use that. Every time I use it, I'm like, okay, I got to do more of this.
Okay.
So for me, on a day-to-day basis, what I use AI for is for my video creation and for prospecting. So on the prospecting side, I use Claude, and Claude does a great job of culling all of the crap out there and giving me the prospects that are best to contact.
Sure.
So it saves me so much time. And the great thing about it is Claude will segregate it by zip code and whatnot. And actually, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can real quick pull it up and show you an example of the list that Claude will give me. So here, I don't know how clearly you can see that.
Yeah.
But
I've
it's
actually,
a PDF.
Yeah, a little bit, but I see the concept. Yeah.
It's a PDF.
yeah, I know exactly about
Each
it.
one is laid out. So for me to call with space to take notes and all of that stuff. So that's part of that. Then when it comes to the video side, I use Chat GPT for my thumbnail creation and other art that I put into the video. So it's similar to what you got going on back there, Dominic.
I did that as well. So
Okay.
I must say that someone brought up a Chat GPT. I think it's a Claude plugin as well. It's called Vibe Prospecting, and
Vibe Prospecting.
VIBE, Vibe Prospecting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, someone told me about that either yesterday or last week.
Okay.
And basically, what you do is you ask it a question, and then you keep cross-referencing. You just say, find 50 such and such, such and such contacts or whatever, and then it'll give you a huge list, and then what you do is, hello, Michael, Cool Cat, Mr. Kitty, thank you for joining us. And basically, what you do is then you cross-reference it and say, okay, we want them in either this postcode or doing this type of work, and then you can, and that's what I've used. I haven't really used it that often because I'm still learning it, but yeah, someone told me about it. I thought, oh, interesting. And I must say that, I go back years. I reckon I've been using Chat GPT for 2.5, maybe 3 years. And my initial attempts to do a background like this were absolutely and utterly disastrous, especially when you're basically using anything with a text format on it. It would be just laughable. But at the same time, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Look at that, YouTube thumbnails. I also use it for, I created the scripts for a couple of ranting videos I've done recently. Because originally I did a few of those and they were poor, but now not only, because what I'll do is I'll just walk around the city, walk around Melbourne, and just observe, and it gives me topics, it gives me ideas, And then what I do is I just type into Notepad on my phone and then take all those random notes, put it into ChatGPT, ask it to write the script. It also writes the script. It gives
Right.
you directions. It gives you the cadence that
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
want. And then you can also say you want it in the style of, and
Mhm.
I'll pick, either a
Mhm.
comedian or some other
Yeah.
well-known commentator.
Yeah.
And it gives you a whole script
Mhm.
with the cadence, with the movements, with everything that you want to do in that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it does because I do it in Zoom, it does the Zoom background and the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. I think you both use it a lot more than I do. What about Carol? Do you use AI for anything daily?
Oh, yes. I use it for all my posts, and it makes beautiful pictures. I was doing a lot with Claude, and then I asked about pictures, and they said they didn't do any pictures. And I'm a very visual person myself. And
Sure.
so I went to Chat GPT, and they make, if it isn't right, you just tell them how you want to
Yeah,
edit
you
it,
just explain it.
and they will just edit for you. And I've used it in a new way just recently that as I think of things, I try it, and why not? I used it for this chat, would you believe, asking for a bunch of things that we could talk about. And I sent you the list, and I've got 3 or 4 more lists if you ever want. But it will do that. And then recently I was meeting with my granddaughter, of all people, who thinks she might like to come into my business. And I asked GPT what kind of questions I should ask her, and I explained the situation.
Mhm.
And it came up with not only a script, but a whole list of questions to ask her and talk to her about. And
Mhm.
did she really want this, or was she doing it just because grandma would like her to do? And it was wonderful. But I do have a question for you, Forrest, because I'm thinking of doing this and I haven't tried it yet. And that is for prospecting. Do you just say prospect and tell them what you're looking for? Or do you say prospect with
No,
all
you've
the
got to
names
give it
in
specific.
LinkedIn,
You've got
or
to give it a specific set of instructions on what you're looking for,
and
who
where?
you're looking for, where you're
Well, I
looking for.
understand that, but do
Yeah.
you tell them where to look?
So
Yeah,
Forrest, what are
what,
some things you
You
what
need
do?
I
more than me.
do is in my prospecting, I tie it into Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Yeah. And then,
Oh.
there's no restrictions, there's no limits on what you can get back and everything. It's farming all of the listings, that business listings it finds in Google Maps. And then it cross references it with other background information found on the web. And it will literally tell me this is a good prospect, fits the things, but on Yelp they have a complaint about such and so you might want to be careful with them. This is stuff that would take me hours to do. So all I have to do is define, really, you got to go back. So you let Claude know what it is you do.
Yeah, you
Then
got to
you let
explain the
Claude
business.
know what your offer is that you're offering to the audience. You have to define who the audience is and a few other things, but those are the big things.
Yeah,
Once you
target
tell
market.
Claude that information, Claude then knows what to look for and filter through. And then all I have to do is tell it, well, what neighborhood or zip code I want you to find businesses for me from, and it goes and pulls them and sorts them like I said.
Would
Sarah?
would you agree that the prospecting is probably easier for, say, you and I, or even Dominic, when we're looking for businesses versus somebody that's looking for individuals? Because I think Carol would be looking for individuals.
Yeah, she'd be looking for individuals, definitely. And I don't have an accurate answer for you when it comes to non-business.
I would say it's a lot harder because
Well,
you're going from prospecting to data scraping and data
Well, I
scraping.
just don't think
basically-
that everybody's address and phone number and things
Yeah.
would be as accessible as public facing
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. No, you would have
That's
to.
true.
You would
I
have.
hadn't
It would
thought of
have
that.
to mine something like LinkedIn or Alignable or Facebook,
Yeah.
and there
That's what I
is,
was
because
thinking.
of the security
Yeah,
screenings that they have
security
in front
protocols
of
and
it,
GDPR.
Claude can't get through that
Yeah,
to the thing.
yeah, because
So,
that
yeah.
fits into data scraping, and
Mhm.
that's basically GDPR sort of thing where the privacy of the
Right.
individual.
But here's the thing.
Got,
I'm agreeing,
Mask on.
but Carol, it can't hurt to try.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
A lot of fitness places, like to have something there. And we have a lot of sports and fitness products.
Right. If you did that type of thing, physical
Yeah.
fitness places,
Yeah.
rehab,
Mhm.
like knee
Yeah, which is
rehab
business to
places,
business.
even
Personal
holistic health
trainers.
places, personal trainers. Good point, Forrest. Yeah.
Personal
Yeah.
trainers would be excellent. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Um,
tell it to look for personal trainers, and with your thing, you got the entire country to play in.
Oh, I know. Not
Just
only my
pick a
country,
spot.
5 or 6 other countries, Canada and Australia, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
Malaysia.
but yeah, if you just start with a small area, then you can see if it's feasible,
Mhm.
right? Start with like your county or even your state, and then you can branch out from there if you're getting good information.
And you've got
Yeah.
a pretty big state, so
I would start with where do you live, Carol?
Florida.
I know. What part of Florida?
Oh, Sarasota, Bradenton.
All right. So within Sarasota, Bradenton, there are certain areas that have malls in them or office buildings and things like that. I would just feed it 2 or 3 of those zip codes and see what it comes back with. And then, like Sarah said, when you see the sample that it gives you, you'll get a feel for the quality of the stuff that it's going to give you. And it's going to tell you what the quality is. Like Claude tells me, this list is not so great. It's got this, that, and the other thing, but then this one is better. You're really getting true feedback when you use it to do prospecting.
Now, let me ask you another question. Have you had good luck as you do the prospecting with these people?
Yeah.
You have. So that's well worth your time.
Yeah. I've gotten you got to, when you're prospecting, you got to turn over a lot of stones to find the stuff.
That's right.
But, I've gotten hung up on. I've gotten voicemails, but you do from time to time, maybe you got to call 10 to get one. And then you get that one, and that person is like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you. And they'll talk to me.
And at this point, I like to do it on Zoom. So that's why I don't care where
you
they
schedule. You schedule a Zoom, and they hop on, and you go do your thing.
Yep.
But you can also limit it too to places that have email addresses and just do, you know what I mean? Like you could do some set of email and some calling, and you know what I mean? And you can kind of.
I might start with LinkedIn and Facebook because they know my presence. A lot of them do.
There is going to be a bit of a barrier because if somebody has, like my LinkedIn has it so nobody else can see it from the there's a barrier for recruiters to see it, which means that the outside world can't see it if you're not my friend or a connection. So there could be barriers like that.
I would ask just for my connections. I would never try to someone cold. No.
Oh, okay.
My connections.
Oh, my whole world is cold. No, I'm just saying, like most of my outreach is done cold. I would say 90%, and then I have 5% warm, and then a few hot, which that's because I have some partnerships. But yeah, I'm a lot cold. And I think you consider this what you're doing for us with AI and the prospecting. Those would be cold outreach.
Yeah, that's cold outreach.
Yeah,
definitely. And I don't just do phone calls. Like I'll door knock, and I do that
I love it
because I have that experience in my
really.
So
Wow.
I don't have a problem walking into a business and asking for the owner and doing it.
So we've gone from the high tech part to the high touch part now.
It's the high touch part, low tech, which I
The
think
human interaction.
which I think has gotten a bad rap because everybody's on the high tech. Oh, just send messages, make posts, and all of this stuff. But I've found for me that a lot of that amounts to just throwing stuff down a black hole. And
Sure.
you never hear
I
back.
agree.
You don't know whether it was received on the other end. You don't know what the response was or anything like that. When I'm standing in front of a business owner in their business, they're going to tell me yes or no.
Right.
I'm fine with either.
Human interaction is what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also you might get that good answer of, I don't know, can you come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you have that, at least there's a response.
Yeah.
Whereas, it doesn't go into a black hole.
No, I
Yeah.
actually got that. I called a auto repair shop, and this guy just happens to have 3 locations.
Sure.
And I thought the way the conversation was going, I thought he was going to tell me, no, I don't need that. And guy actually said, well, I'm working on a car right now, but call me back tomorrow.
See?
So I'm going to call him
That's
back
great.
tomorrow. And, all I need is one yes. That's all I need. I get the one yes and I'm good. You just got to get past the no's, and like you make it a game. How many
Yes,
no's can
I
I
used
get
to make it a
before I get a
game.
yes? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many no's can I get before I get a yes?
That's a good way of doing it. And then it doesn't seem like so much work. It seems like a game.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and your expectation is that I'm going to get no's. So you're prepared for it.
Yes.
It's not like when somebody says no or hangs up the phone, it's a soul crushing event.
And if a person is crushed by a no, then they're not going to stay in business very long, are they?
No.
Well, sales is not your thing if you're crushed by a no. That's
right.
And
But
as
see-
solopreneurs, we have to be okay with the no.
Right.
Right.
And see, you used an interesting word there. You said like sales. What business owners don't understand is we are all salespeople.
Oh,
The
yeah.
question is, are you just willing to embrace that, or are you going to hide from it? If you embrace it, then you understand it's up to me to go get these sales. But if you think sales are icky, or you look at salespeople as dirty people who always have an ulterior motive and a malevolent agenda, then that's going to come across in your reach out to people, and they're going to pick up on that, and you're going to get even more no's than you know what to do with.
Well, and I think we get
every
it into
no
our
leads you closer to a yes. That's my motto. Every no
Right.
is closer to that yes.
This brings us back to a very mathematical equation. A yes and a no is no different to flipping a coin, heads or tails. It's a similar thing. How many times could you flick a coin and get 10 heads or 10 tails in a row? So from a mathematics or math standpoint, anything mathematical means that you're living on the chance level. So the chance is it's a 50-50 chance, a yes or a no. There are no, I know that you're going to bring up there might be a maybe, but that maybe can be a yes or a no in time. So we're always going to be at that level of chance. It's a yes or a no.
Right.
So when you look at it, but you can give yourself a little bit more of a chance with your level of visibility as well. Visibility comes down to how much you do online.
Right.
And sometimes it might be fluff, but the more you put yourself out there and be visible doing webinars and types like that. But I'm not necessarily saying you get on every week and do a PowerPoint presentation. But at some point of time during the week, you still have to engage, and you have to have people out there that know you, like you, and trust you to the point where they will engage your services. But you don't necessarily have to do a webinar that shows your work every week and do exactly the same thing every week to get people's attention, because they want to, they want to see they want to see the person, and they want to actually engage with that person. They don't necessarily want to just see a stale PowerPoint presentation. It's 2026, not 2006. So
and I do see all that, and I want to
to
come back to that, but I do want to mention something from like a few minutes ago. I think salespeople using that title, I'm a salesperson or I'm in sales, does get a bad rap, because in our head we have that as like used car salesman, right? Or the person that sells you a mattress that no matter what, I don't know if this is how it is everywhere else, but in Illinois, every mattress store goes out of business about once a quarter. They have a going out of business sale, and then the next week they're back up and running.
Closing down sales.
So, it's salespeople get a bad rap because of some of those things that happen, right? But if we say that we don't want to do sales, and you're scared of that for whatever reason, or you're afraid of coming across as smarmy, then don't be smarmy. Right? Don't be the person that the first time you meet somebody, you're on a sales pitch. Right? If they didn't grab time on your calendar specifically for a sales pitch, then you need to just say, hi, this is what I do. What do you do? Right? You don't have to be like, this is what I do, and here's a link, right? Like, and buy it. And I think that's where that mentality gets us flipped up a little bit. And we don't give ourselves the grace to grow in confidence to do a proper sales pitch. And if somebody out there is wondering how to do that, book a time with Forrest. But back to
Dominic's an affiliate link.
Back to what Dom was saying about being there every week, right? So like we're here now every Monday, right? But we talk about something different. We're not stale. We're not picking the same topic. We're not like, hey, every week we're going to talk about, say, AI, because I don't know if the four of us could talk about AI every week forever, right? But everything I write, what?
I wouldn't want to.
Right. You wouldn't want to. We would get bored, and therefore we would be boring to other people. Right. Now, we are all subject matter experts in our own world. So if you go to my Substack articles are all about HR or leadership. Those are your two choices. Once in a while, it's Sarah's personal story that ties back to HR and leadership. Okay. But it all comes back to that. Right. And if you go to Forrest's YouTube, and I'm just picking one thing that you do on YouTube, if you look at it, it's all about money and building your business and becoming responsible in your financial world, right? You're not going to all of a sudden talk about angry ducks, okay? Like, you're just not going to. Now, if angry ducks come up in a way that you can filter it back to money, fine. Right. But you're not just going to randomly talk about it. And I think that's where those touches have to happen. If you don't know your own messaging and you can't get that message out in different ways, you need to work on that. And that's, feel free to have an opinion, but I think I just rambled for a while.
Well, you didn't tell us how you use AI in your business either, Sarah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We want to know.
So I don't think I use it as much as you guys do. I do use it to create any like graphics that go with things. So if you look at my articles and stuff like that, all those graphics, obviously I don't create them. And I use it to edit things. So I tend to write in, how do I say this? Like, bleh. I throw up on a page, right? So like I have a topic in my head. And I write it all out. And it's like 4.5 pages of Sarah's random thoughts on the topic. And so then I ask usually it's chat because it does better with it in this regard. I ask chat can you make this nice and pretty and not a rambling hot mess?
Structure it.
Right?
Yeah.
but I don't use it to write it from word for word. So I don't say, hey, will you write me 200 words on this topic? Boom.
No.
I don't do that because Sarah has too many thoughts and whatever they put out there would be wrong. So, and I'm joking, but it would be wrong to the idea that I had in my head. And so I use it more for editing and then for those photo creations a lot. And then Claude, I use that for, again, taking the things that I create, my checklist, my different things, my questionnaires for, developing things for businesses. I have it pretty it, right? Like, can you make this all on one page with the right, you know what I mean? Like, so, and so it's, again, it's all my stuff and they just make it pretty. So, yeah. So that's how I use it. Thank you, Carol. I did not.
And the other thing
we didn't want to miss you.
Oh,
the other thing I want to throw
I talk
in
a lot
about generating the graphics. What I've noticed is the longer the prompt and the more in depth you go, the better it comes. The better the outcome. Now, with I've got the pro version, and with the pro version, you can actually upload assets in terms of things you use on a regular basis, like me, pictures of me, a drone, some photos of Melbourne, just to basically train it on that data, so that if I want to do something, I'll just say okay, and then I'll tell it a prompt, and sometimes I'll even do a deep research on it, so that it gives me a lot more information. And I actually did a graphic recently where the prompt was about 13 pages long because it built the history. Well, it built the history. Yeah,
I don't have time for that.
Wow.
But I'll give my tip for that, because one thing that I will say, to me, for my experience alone, Claude gives better directions, and ChatGPT is better at taking directions for for photos. I mean, so I'll go to Claude and I'll say, okay, here's all of my thoughts on what this picture should look like. Give me the exact wording that Chat will create this. And it'll give me like this solid 2-paragraph thing, and I throw it over into Chat and give me exactly what to tell it.
Well,
but if you want Claude to create it, it turns sometimes an interesting hot mess.
A way I've found is I will send a picture of me with something that I want to promote. And then you've seen some of my pictures that come out with the product or the writing or whatever it is that I'm talking about. And they do a great job with that.
So it's also giving it the explicit instructions that if you take a photo of yourself with something, that you tell it not to change anything of you and what you're holding, but just give it a different background or
some writing on the side or something.
Go ahead,
Forrest. Really well.
I've discovered through lots of trial and error that there are 3 key prompts that you need to give to Chat GPT when you want it to reproduce a photo of you. Number 1, you say, treat this as completed artwork. That is something this is something that Chat told me to say. So treat this as completed artwork. This goes into every one of my things. That tells it I'm not supposed to change this. It should be the same. Now you layer something else on top of that. Number 2, you say, I tell it, maintain my facial proportions and features as is, and then I throw this third thing in, pixel for pixel. Those 3 things are your surest way to make sure that Chat doesn't make you look older, younger, whatever the case may be. You're still going to get some variations in there. However, I've learned that those are 3 key prompts to give it to make sure that you get an accurate and honest recreation of the picture that you give of yourself to
I
it.
love knowing that.
Yeah,
I didn't
because
think
when
about the created as complete.
Yeah, that's
completed
number
art.
1. Yeah, put that
Because
instruction
there's been
in there.
times that I've uploaded my own picture and it
Yeah.
comes out, and don't get me wrong, I look amazing, but I look like I'm 30.
Yeah.
And it's been a few years since I was 30.
Right.
Just a couple.
1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
And Carol and I think, Carol, you'll agree with me. I am perfectly fine with the age I am.
Mhm.
If I could go back to
for
30
you.
and have all the knowledge.
I am too.
But I don't think the 2 of us would go back to our 20s anytime soon.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine.
We knew nothing in our 20s, did we? We thought we knew it all, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to say what the guys knew because
well, I put a picture of my husband in there, and I wanted to have a picture of him. Remember with this one, they couldn't get it right. They kept putting this really handsome older man, not my husband, and I had to I must have done that 10 times before they got him looking this like he looks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So now let me hold on, Sarah.
No,
I'm gonna put you on the spot now.
Sure.
You put me on the spot. One of the things you wanted us to do was bring an example of something we created using AI. So
I know.
On you, what have you created using AI?
So this week, so I will go this week, and I can send it to anybody if they would like it. I have used AI to make 2 different 1-pagers to send to potential clients. One is basically expectations of a 2-month package that I have, what they can expect weekly for that 2-month package. And then another one was true just informational about what I do for speaking engagements. But again, it was so interesting to just kind of dump out all the ideas, put in the information that I know that I use for speaking and and I'm like, I need this all to be a concise 1-pager that gives people the basic information that they want to know more. And it turned out cool. I mean, honestly, cooler than I could have done in a couple 3 days time in between phone calls and work and things that I have to do. And I think that's the key for what I use it for, is it takes my time, and I can't, what's the right word? I don't know if it shortens it or exponentially allows me have more time, but I can focus on time actually one-on-one with a client versus creating stuff on paper to give them. And I think that matters more in what I do. And I think I don't know about Carol and Dom, but I think Forrest, you think the same way. I'd rather have one-on-one time or give you exactly what you need versus, creating something new for every single client. Right? Like there's certain things that can be almost generic tools that anyone could use. And I love the fact that I can use Claude for that. But I created those 2 things. And if anybody wants them, please, I will send them off to you.
Cool.
What did you create this week, Forrest?
Well, I would love to show.
100%. Do you know how to share your screen?
Yeah, I want to share my screen. So I got it here, share screen.
Yep.
So
it'll make us all weird little circles for a second. So the rest of you guys just.
So here's what I'm going to do. Got it. Share it.
Yep.
I created this.
Ooh.
Created this whole app. So this is my Smart Money Makeover. That's not the final name for it. That's just the working name for it. So you can go through this. You go through the lessons and the tools. You rise up in rank from money agent all the way to operative and all of this other fancy stuff.
That is extra fancy.
You get daily streak bonuses. You earn points. So here you see money agent, money operative, protector, hero, and guardian. Then you got the smart system down here where you can click on it and, go through the different.
Is this a
parts.
platform or does this live on your website or both?
This currently lives on my computer, but I will be deploying it to live on a platform that is public facing.
Okay.
Then I have my 30-day challenge, and the thing that I love the most is my budget tool. So is
this similar to the one that I saw on paper at one point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that it's electronic. I saw like the typable paper one that I say paper loosely.
Right. And up here, I'll give you a pie chart of how all your stuff works out.
You're giving me charts. That's crazy.
So yeah,
there we go. Yeah,
That's,
you're gonna do a PowerPoint presentation as well.
What
I'm
platform
sorry, I gotta
did you
get
use?
back. I use Lovable for that.
Currently you can actually use what's called ChatGPT sites.
Yeah. You can use ChatGPT. Yeah. You can use Claude.
Lovable's another one.
I use Lovable because for me it was an easier interface. Now here's the thing though, you do your front work in Claude and ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Because when you go to something like what is it, Base 44 or
Base 44, Replit.
You're burning credits to do stuff.
Yeah.
But if you do the pre-work in Claude or Chat and then bring that to them, you burn a lot less credits on that.
What is the cost of Lovable? Like, how much is it a credit?
$20 a month it costs.
Oh, perfect. Never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Replit.
Yeah. And credits, I try to define what credits are and what they're used for and how much.
Another one.
It varies.
Arbitrary.
It depends on what you're doing. If it's doing a lot of what it calls deep work, you're gonna burn through them faster. Excuse me, but that's why you do your front end work in Claude and ChatGPT, because you get a lot more for your subscription on that, and it'll actually create the code. And then you just go give it to Lovable or Base 44 and you say, I came up with this in Chat. This is the framework you use. This is what my end product is supposed to look like. So now it's not creating everything from scratch.
Right. All right. We are at almost 43 minutes and we have to do introductions and a closeout. So, we're going to end with Dom because he closes us out with his stuff. So, Carol, who are you and what do you do?
I'm a longevity mentor and I can help you extend your life. And we have a new product that will help your cells be 8 years younger. So ask me about it.
Lovely. Forrest, what about you?
I am a business freedom strategist. What that means is I give you clarity into the goings on in your business so that you can have the freedom to build more profit, the freedom to buy back your time and spend it the way you want to, and the freedom to build the value of your business so that you have an actual sellable business that if and when you decide to cash out and go live in Florida with Carol, you can do that quickly and optimally.
Unless you want to bring your business with you like I did. I built it up north.
That is true. You did. And I like the idea of spending your time, right? And in relation to spending your money and all of that. It's something that a lot of people don't think about as that being a commodity.
Right.
So my name is Sarah and I'm with Off the Beaten Path Consulting, and I help small and medium-sized businesses build HR and leadership platforms for their companies. And then I do a few things on the side, like leadership development coloring books to add a little whimsy to the world. All right, Dom, you close out. Who are you? And tell us your stuff.
Well, I'm going to just be serious for a moment. I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people with me, but I do feel that we need to have just a short few words on mental health and keeping good care of yourself. Mental health doesn't always look like a breakdown. Sometimes it's just simply being tired and pretending of who you are and who you feel you're okay. The strongest person you may know may be fighting battles that they never mention. Check
Mhm.
in, listen without judgment, and stay present. You need not be the perfect person, or you need not have the perfect words, but someone sometimes just needs to know they're not alone.
I agree.
And
Yep.
on that, do you realize that if you watch Jaws backwards, it is a heartwarming story about a shark who gives arm and legs to people who need them?
And
And on that note, on that bombshell, I must say at first I was afraid, I was petrified, but I will survive.
all right, everyone, have a wonderful week. Same bat channel next week.